to this meeting and call this meeting to order, if I may. If we can, really quick, Denise, if you don't mind, just calling on everyone to do the roll call, and also just give your location, please, on where you're coming from today.
Yes. Okay, so Commissioner Buttons is not here yet. Commissioner Christiana Allen Pippin just emailed me, she'll be here shortly. Commissioner Solomon is out today. Councilmember Nelson isn't here. Commissioner Tim Hall, your location?
Tim Hall from Ann Arbor, Michigan.
Thank you. Commissioner Gossage?
Present from Ann Arbor, Michigan.
Commissioner Mosek?
Kathleen Mozak calling from Ann Arbor, Michigan, Washtenaw County.
Commissioner Keeler?
That west side chair in Ann Arbor.
Commissioner Poster?
And Larry Keeler, yeah.
She might need a minute. Okay, Commissioner Hawkins, I haven't heard from yet. Okay, and Chair?
Hi, yes, this is Zach Damon, Chairman. I am zooming in from Ann Arbor, Michigan, Washtenaw County.
You have a quorum.
Oh, yes, wonderful, wonderful. All right, so I want to welcome everyone again to the meeting today. Next, since we did our roll call, did Deb, did you?
Oh,
Yeah,
Commissioner
I can-
Poster?
Yes, Commissioner Poster, Ann Arbor, Michigan, West
Thank you.
Side.
All right, wonderful, thank you. So next, what we're going to do is do the approval of today's agenda. So Denise and I looked over the agenda and had sent also the agenda out for everyone to review for today's meeting. If for some reason, if you did not get that agenda, please let us know, and we can either put it in the chat or send it to you directly. But at this time, if there are any corrections or anything to correct on today's agenda, please mention that now.
Give me a sec.
All right. If there's not anything to correct on the agenda, do I have a motion to approve today's agenda?
I'll move we approve.
Okay, Larry moves to approve today's agenda. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, Kathleen, second. All in favor of approving today's agenda, if you could just please, if possible, raise your hand or say aye, that would be great.
Aye.
Aye.
All right, so thank you, folks. The agenda for today is approved. Next on the agenda, we have the meeting minutes from last month's meeting, the October meeting minutes. That is also within our agenda today. And again, if you did not get those minutes, they were also included, I believe, with the materials that were also emailed as well. If I would like to just offer an opportunity, if there was anything else in those meeting minutes that needed to be corrected or added, please mention that at this time. All right, well, it doesn't seem like there's anything to be added or corrected to the meeting minutes from last October. So is there a motion to approve the October meeting minutes?
I'll move it.
Okay, Tim moves. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, Larry seconds. All in favor of approving the October meeting minutes, please raise your hand and say aye.
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 Great. Thank you very much, you guys. I appreciate that. All right, moving on. We have public comment. Do we have anyone today, Denise, from the public who is in the meeting or is called in and wants to do a public comment today?
No, there's no one here has called in.
All right, thank you. No one has called in, so, all right. Next, we move on to the enlightening part of our agenda, we have the wonderful presentations. So first of all, I'd like to introduce the always informative Katie Monkiewicz for the Washtenaw Library for the Blind and Physically Disabled. Welcome, Katie.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me as usual. I've just got a couple things to share today. Just a reminder that all of the Ann Arbor District Library locations are open from 10 to 8 every day right now. We have a couple of events coming up. We have our AADL equipment sale that will be on Saturday, November 20th from 10 to 4 p.m. And it's actually really exciting because it's going to be held at 265 Parkland Plaza, which is the Ann Arbor District Library's newest address. So we've actually bought a warehouse out on the west side that we're pretty excited about. So we're having our long-awaited return of the AADL equipment disposal sale there this Saturday. We'll be selling furniture, computers, monitors, shelving, and much, much more. Both cash and credit cards are accepted. All items are sold as is and all sales are final. Purchases must be picked up by 5 p.m. on Sunday. Get a great deal on some quality stuff at this one day only sale. Then we have Culinary Historians, Prohibition and Repeal on Sunday, November 21st from 4 to 5:30 p.m. on Zoom. Tammy Cookson will discuss the cultural and political forces that led America to enact prohibition and about the alcoholic drinks that were created and consumed during that time period, both in America and globally as a consequence of American bartenders leaving to work elsewhere. She will also talk about how prohibition ended with the repeal of the 18th Amendment on December 5th, 1933. Tammy Cookson is the Chief Tasting Officer for Tammy's Tastings and has been teaching cocktail classes for over 10 years. She's the co-author of the cocktail book, Cheers to Michigan, co-host of a regular cocktail segment on Michigan radio, and the author of a monthly column for Our Detroit magazine. Next, we have Exploring the Mind, how the brain helps us navigate and why people with Alzheimer's disease can struggle to find their way home. This will be on AADL TV from 7 to 8:30 p.m. on Monday, November 29th. Charles Darwin used the term dead reckoning to describe the remarkable ability of most species to seamlessly navigate back home, even in the absence of external guiding cues. Finding our way home is indeed something most of us take for granted, but this facility is dramatically impaired in many people with Alzheimer's disease and Parkinson's disease. In this talk, we will explore how the brain has evolved to support our sense of space and our sense of orientation. We will then examine how subtle alterations to specific brain regions can lead to profound spatial disorientation and discuss the implications for future therapeutic interventions. Right, I've got some materials to talk about. Just a reminder that Washtenaw Library for the Blind and Physically Disabled patrons can order digital cartridges by calling 734-327-4224 or emailing wlbpd@aadl.org. And to sign up for the Braille and audio reading service, Bard, you can download your own books. You can visit nlsbard.loc.gov or call us and we can assist with that application. Here are some titles that are just recently added to Bard. When You Wonder, You're Learning, Mr. Rogers' Enduring Lessons for Raising Creative, Curious, Caring Kids by Greg Bear. Playful and Practical, When You Wonder, You're Learning introduces a new generation of families to the lessons of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. By exploring the science behind the iconic television program, the book reveals what Fred Rogers called the tools for learning, skills and mindsets that scientists now consider essential. How Not to Be Old, Even If You Are, by Jill Orr. How Not to Be Old will clue you in on how a slight adjustment in behavior and thinking will help you more fully connect with today's world and the people who will be in charge of your nursing home one day. A humorous how-to guide on aging gracefully or not. How Not to Be Old is perfect for boomers, Gen X, and millennials looking to find the funny in getting older. And Leaving Isn't the Hardest Thing, Essays by Lauren Huff, read by the author and Kate Blanchett. In this collection of autobiographical essays, the author reflects on her upbringing in the infamous Children of God cult and her struggle to find an identity as an adult. She discusses her military career, homophobia, life as a working class woman, and her fight to reclaim her own past. That is all I have for you all today. Does anybody have any questions for me?
So it is by reading that book, the one about getting older, like, so that actually helps you stay younger, right?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to read it and give it a shot. I haven't tried it yet. It just sounded interesting to me.
Absolutely.
Katie, what was the author on the book for How Not to Be Old?
It's Jill Orr. O-R-R is her last name.
Awesome. Any other questions for Katie at this time?
I have one question.
Sure, Debbie.
Did you say they had purchased the warehouse on Jackson Plaza?
Yeah, it's Parkland Plaza off of Jackson Road. And
Yeah,
we-
I live right there. I'm just wondering if it's that one where, well, anyway, is it gonna be a library?
It's not. That's a good question. So it's not going to be a library. If you're familiar with the area, it used to be Ann Arbor Beverage Company's building. So there's a lot of like plans sort of out there that we're hearing about. The main thing that we know is going to happen out there is our archives are going to go out there. We've been renting a building on South Industrial for many years. And so this is going to give us a lot more space to hold all of our archives and protect them. And so that's the big thing that we know about. But I think that you can probably expect to see some public services out there every once in a while, like this equipment sale too.
Okay, well, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Me again, Kathleen. What was the address on Parkland Plaza again?
Want to make sure I get this right. 265 Parkland Plaza.
All right. Anything else for Katie at this time? All right. Well, Katie, I always appreciate your time and presentation. I want to thank all of the Ann Arbor District Library staff for doing a great job. And please, folks, if you do want to visit any of the Ann Arbor District Library branches, you can visit them at aadl.org. So thank you so much, Katie. We appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thanks, Zach. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye-bye. All right. Thank you, Katie. And then next up, we have the Executive Director of the Ann Arbor Center for Independent Living, Mr. Alex Gossage. So, Alex.
Good afternoon, everybody. Just so that folks have our contact info right up front, the Ann Arbor Center for Independent Living can be reached by phone and virtually at this time. Our phone number is 734-971-0277. And you can also email us at info@aacil.org. Our building does remain closed at this time, but we are having a lot of virtual events going. So I'll just talk about a couple of those today, and then we can move on forward. So we're continuing our collaboration with the Ypsilanti Youth Orchestra for a music listening and appreciation class, and that is held on Saturdays from 9:30 to 10:30 through December 11th. You can RSVP to anna@aacil.org for more information. Our virtual movie club is also ongoing, and that meets Fridays at 2. You can email Shannon at sclark@aacil.org to RSVP. Obviously, we will not be having one the week of Thanksgiving, as our offices are closed on Thursday and Friday. Virtual art right now, there's a couple of different things going on. So they are meeting Tuesdays from 3 to 4 p.m. to work on hand lettering. There's an open studio on Thursdays from 10 to 11, and you can email Claire Moore for more information at cmoore, CMOORE, at aacil.org. We also have crafty card making with Cynthia, and that is Mondays from 1:30 to 3, November 15th through December 13th. And you can email cparker@aacil.org for more information and to sign up. A couple of other regular things that we do have going on. Our Trivia Tuesdays are ongoing from Tuesday from 1:30 to 2:30. And we are still offering online home fitness classes from on Mondays and Wednesdays from 4 to 5 p.m. And you can email Mark Himes for more information on that at mhimes, MHYMES, at aacil.org. As always, folks are welcome to give us a call if they have any questions, they need any assistance, or are looking for more opportunities of things to do in the community. And that's what we're here for. So as I mentioned, we are closed on Thanksgiving next Thursday and Friday, but we will be opening back up the following Monday with our normal hours of Monday through Friday from 8:30 to 4:30 p.m. And that's what I've got for today.
Thank you, Alex. Thank you so much. And commissioners that have just joined us, Commissioner Button and Commissioner Hawkins, if you don't mind just stating where you're zooming from this afternoon, that would be great.
Hi, this is Rachel Hawkins. I am in Ann Arbor.
This is Kenzie Button. I'm in Ypsilanti, Michigan.
All right, awesome. Thank you and welcome. And Alex, thank you again for all of that information. And thank you, folks, for the wonderful things that the staff of the Ann Arbor Center for Independent Living does. For more information about the Ann Arbor Center for Independent Living, you can visit their website at aacil.org. Thank you so much, Alex. All right, next, moving on the agenda, we actually have our Community Engagement Committee and Ann Arbor Inclusive Update with Miss Rachel Hawkins. So Rachel.
Hello, everyone. So I have a quick update. So this, the next Ann Arbor Inclusive will premiere this Friday, November 19th at 4:30 on CTN, which is channel 16. That will also later be featured on YouTube afterwards if you miss it. And the show is with JDRF. December's show is still to be announced.
Gotcha. Wonderful. And the JDRF, for those that don't know that acronym, I believe that's the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much. And great interview there. And thank you to you, Rachel Hawkins, Community Engagement, and of course, all of the crew at CTN and the crew and talent of Ann Arbor Inclusive, Tom Hoatland, Linda Evans for doing a great job. Wonderful. All right. Next, we have the Partners and Access Committee report. Alex, I don't think you guys met, correct?
No, we did not meet this past month, so we'll be looking forward to the next month's meeting. I did want to just mention very briefly, though, I know there's a lot of talk about what is happening in and around with Liberty Plaza right now. And just to remind the commission, we do, a sensory garden was put in at Liberty Plaza that was really spearheaded by the commission back when it was done. And so I think that's just something for us to keep an eye on, that regardless of what happens with Liberty Plaza, we do want to make sure that that sensory garden exists, if not there, elsewhere, or even in more places. But I would also probably just say that I think we should all be in favor, hopefully, of Liberty Plaza remaining a public open space for everybody.
Yes, we put a lot of work into that. I was and pretty much at the beginning of the creation for that. So yeah, we want to keep that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, absolutely. I mean, the sensory garden, excuse me, I think is you know, an important resource, and you know, absolutely, Alex. As those developments continue with Liberty Plaza, you know, please keep us abreast of what's going on in that situation, and if there is something that we as a commission can do to ensure that, again, like you said, either that sensory garden stays there or that those particular resources are still available. That needs to happen. So thank you. All right. Next, we have recruiting activity, Mr. Larry Keeler.
Yeah, there's been nothing done on that. I have not gotten anything. I've thought about trying to get a hold of Councilwoman Nelson a couple of times, but I gotta get a hold of her for that and some other things this month. So I'll keep on trying, and I'll see what we got in the works, if we got anything in the works. If we don't, interested members can call the mayor's office or stop in and pick up an application. But from what I understand, you might not be able to stop in for a minute because I hear City Hall may be closed tomorrow to the public because of the COVID issues. So you can still call the mayor's office and get an application.
Absolutely.
Or you can go online. What is that at aa2.gov and look for boards and commissions. And you can get an application there too.
All right.
So there it is.
Thank you so much, Larry. And yes, to anybody watching or listening today, if you have an interest to be a member of a Voice of the City, especially helping the city become more accessible for all residents of Ann Arbor, please do not hesitate to reach out to the Commission on Disability Issues. We would love to have you. All right. Next, we have the Transportation Commission update from Mr. Tim Hall.
Yeah, so last month they was pretty short. They had a presentation from the ride on their long-term plan they've been discussing, and they've had some public meetings, I think virtual and physical, like the last couple weeks, and yeah, just discussing that, and also a presentation from May Mobility on what they're doing, and they have this new shuttle called A2Go that I guess you could request at certain areas around downtown and the stadium, I think, and though it actually also includes the Amtrak station too, but just using these, yeah, autonomous vehicles, though they have a backup driver in them too. Sometimes the backup driver still has to take over, but yeah. So the next meeting is at 7 o'clock after this one. There's a number of things on the agenda. The Winchell and Brockman's sidewalk project. I think they're proposing removing some street parking and adding a sidewalk. And also the calendar of meetings for next year and the annual report for this year, as well as a presentation on the East Medical Center Drive Bridge project and pavement condition. And they also released the final version, I guess, of the 2020 crash report. And yeah, so did say, yeah, I know we have later on our agenda to find a new representative. I decided to step down from this, and yeah, that's still hoping we can find one, because I mean, next month is not going to be great for me because I'm on a trip during the day this meeting is on, and yeah, in this meeting and the Transportation Commission, and so.
Good to know. And on that particular subject, Tim, you know, Commissioner Budden had reached out about, you know, filling that position. And so did you and/or Commissioner Budden receive my email about that?
I followed up with Commissioner Budden as to what the responsibilities and stuff is for that position. I didn't hear anything back, but I don't know.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm here. Just to add to what both of you said, thank you both for the information about the meeting. I know, Tim, you said that you're going to be out next month, and I'm happy to sit in on the meetings then and kind of take note and report back to the team. I'm not at a point just yet where I can fully commit to taking on the role, but I'm happy to fill in right now.
Yeah, I don't know that we can have someone fill in for a month like that. I don't know that that's been done. So, yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, I don't think that that's been done either, but I'm just trying to ensure that there is a, at
But I
least,
could,
go
I
ahead.
could stay, keep the position until someone's ready to commit, because I do know that we're not going to have to, I've already seen as far as the like meeting in person that we do not have to. City council does, and planning commission, and some of the other bodies that have more actual like powers as opposed to being an advisory panel, but and the transportation commission won't either. So unless there's someone else who wants to take it on, yeah, we can postpone that.
Got it. Okay. Well, then this is what I think would probably be the best course of action. Oh, by the way, Commissioner Alan Pipkin joined us. Commissioner, if you could just state where you're coming from today, we would appreciate it.
Hi there. I am reporting from Ypsilanti, Michigan.
All right. Thank you so much, and good to have you. Thank you. So yeah, Tim, definitely. So I think the best course of action would be to just make sure that we're doing this correctly. I know that you won't be able to make the meeting next month. Is it possible that Commissioner Button could sit in and could take some notes so that she could let us know what is discussed at that particular meeting? Or do you know, is that violating some sort of
Well, the public
policy?
can watch the meetings. I mean, like, yeah, you can just, I don't know if you can use Zoom to do it, but you definitely could like go on YouTube or whatever and watch the meetings. But I don't know if they can actually not sure that they could participate, but
All right, well, would you both be able to connect, sometime before that next meeting? Would you be able to find out, Tim, specifically from the Transportation Commission, if Commissioner Button could be present to be able to give us a report, since you're going to be out of town?
okay, and there is a possibility I could connect to that meeting. It's probably more likely than that I would be able to connect to this meeting, because I'm going to be working in person during the day. And yeah, that meeting is probably more possible than this meeting, but
Understood.
both are questionable. This is
Well,
doubtful. That might be a little questionable.
Sure. All I'm trying to do is make sure that that you're covered, since you're going to be out of town. And of course, Commissioner Button, since you have an interest in this, and that would serve a great need for us, I just want to make sure that that you're also not overloaded, but also transitioned into this in a very kind of tasteful manner, so that you're kind of able to get your feet wet as well. So yeah,
Commissioner Hall,
go ahead.
Commissioner Hall, you could probably check that out you could probably ask that question at the meeting tonight, couldn't you?
Yeah, I guess I could ask because, yeah.
Okay, sorry, Zach, go ahead, man.
That's all right, Larry. Thank you. So yeah, Tim, if you could check on that at the meeting, and then if you don't mind, just sending an email to Commissioner Button and myself, just kind of letting us know, how we can move forward, so that we're lightening the load for you, but also welcoming Commissioner Button into that role. And Kinsey, thank you so much, by the way, for being interested in that. And I hope we'll be able to work you in as well.
Yeah, no, definitely. Thanks for, considering me for this opportunity. I just want to give it my best effort, and, with everything I have going on right now, I'm not sure I would be able to do that, but it is something I'm very, very passionate in. So I'm happy to help.
Absolutely. Okay, so yeah, Tim, please let us know what you find out from the meeting this evening, and then we'll go from there. Okay,
Okay.
thank you. Is there anything else as far as the Transportation Commission, or is that about it?
That's about it.
Okay. Well, a lot of great things that they're doing with A2Go, and of course the AV shuttle vehicles. You guys, I haven't tried it yet. I don't know. I don't know how long I'm gonna give it, but I definitely do want to try it. It seems pretty interesting. So thank you, Tim. Next, we have the U of M Council for Disability Concerns meeting update from Commissioner Mozak Betts.
It's just Mozak.
Oh, sorry, from
That's
Commissioner Mozak.
I earned that. Hello, everybody. And so I'm going to give a report on October and November. All of you should have received a copy in your packet. And actually, I think when you click on the link, you can actually see the entire year's worth if you've missed anything. And so with that, I guess I better put a light on. I'm sorry. October, they had a series of conferences called Toward an Anti-Ableist Academy, Advocacy, Inclusion, Diversity, and Equity, and Accessibility at the University of Michigan. There were many excellent speakers, and if you are interested in seeing, all of them were recorded, so they are available at diversity.umish.edu/towards-an-ableist-academy-conference/. So that's a long one, but also I'm saying that for the public, but it should on your when you click on to see the notes, there are links that you can click on and you can go right from the notes into those things. It's with sadness that I let everyone know that our fearless leader, Stephanie Rosen, is stepping down. She's been in the position for 4 years as the chairperson, and she will be ending at the end of the calendar year. They are having a call for leadership, and they're exploring not only just having a chair, but it is a really meaty position. So they're actually exploring having co-chairs. So stay tuned for that. And then I want to really tell you more about the Neubacher Award that was handed out for 2021. The recipient was Vincent Pinty. He's an undergraduate student at the University of Michigan Ann Arbor campus, and he is studying political science and Spanish. He has raised the profile of disability advocacy among student government and has made a big, significant progress in working against ableism and to raise awareness to make a more equitable campus. And I urge you, if you get a chance to view his acceptance speech, it was very moving and poignant. And also, if you click on the link for the Neubacher Award, not only was Vincent awarded the actual Neubacher Award, there were 7 runner-ups or 7 honorable mentions. Dr. Vernami Okanami was one of the recipients as well. And the next meeting will be held in December at via Zoom on Tuesday, December 14th. And all are welcome.
Wonderful, and thank you, Commissioner Mozak, for all the work that the U of M Council for Disability Concerns does. It's definitely amazing work, and and as far as all the Neubacher Award recipients, congratulations to them. That is a great honor, and I'm a colleague of Dr. Okunlamni, and just so proud of him. So congratulations to you, Dr. O. Thank you very much, Kathleen. We appreciate it. All right. Next, we have the city personnel reports with Denise.
Okay. So welcoming to the City of Ann Arbor is Roy Dotis, Police Community Standards Officer, Nicole Dykstra, Community Standard Officer, and Marianne Frank, Police Office Manager, Benjamin Hashberger, Wastewater Treatment Service, Water Utility Technician, Annie C. Wang, Building and Rental Services, Plan Review Official, Courtney Manor, Building and Rental Services Administrative Assistant. Panita Bentakaru, I hope I'm doing that justice, 15th District Court. Callista M. Oshal, Community Standards Officer. Sean A. Reynolds, Sustainability and Innovation Community Sustainability Coordinator. Stacy Meichler, 15th District Court Clerk. Andrew Walton, Ann Arbor Housing Commission, Director of Real Estate Development. And retirement, farewell to Mauro Savanas, Police Lieutenant. David D. Culloch, Wastewater Treatment Service, Water Utility Technician. David E. Getz, Parking Referee. Charles A. Graham, Police Detective. Dwayne A. Weeble, Water Treatment Service, Water Utility Technician. In addition, CTN is excited to introduce Jamie Chu as new multimedia production instructor. Has worked with CTN in the past as a part-time assistant, now including training, troubleshooting, and everything in relations to public access. Welcome. That's all.
Wonderful. And I just want to give a personal congratulations and welcome to Jamie Chu. Very, very talented multimedia artist, and excited for her and her opportunity with the Community Television Network of Ann Arbor. So welcome, Jamie. Oh, I should take myself off of mute. All right. Next, we have the chair report. So the biggest news that I have for you guys is I am very, very excited to report you guys that City Council has approved for the Commission on Disability Issues to continue meeting via Zoom for 2022. So I think this is wonderful, and thank you to the city and to City Council for understanding that this enables many of us to continue our commitment to the city and doing our best to make sure that we're all working together to make Ann Arbor inclusive for everyone. So I do appreciate that. And Denise, just to clarify, so this just goes until 2022, and then is there an option if things die down to do hybrid, or are we just going to meet through Zoom for the foreseeable future?
For the foreseeable future, I did put in a question to City Administrator about a hybrid, but I have not heard back about it yet.
Okay.
So I was just making sure that the Cody Commission had accessibility for 2022 because time was running out, and we had only another month.
Absolutely. So thank you, for your assistance on that. And again, thank you to the city of Ann Arbor for understanding that. And I got to tell you, I do miss seeing you guys in person, but we all have to be as safe as possible. And so I'm just grateful for the efforts that you guys put in and for the time that you take. So thank you very much. But that's all that I have for the chair report at this time. Next, as we move on, so I did discuss this earlier in the meeting because we didn't have a quorum for a little while as others were kind of joining in. But I wanted to ask, if the commission was comfortable with, we have one candidate to be vice chairman of the Commission on Disability Issues. And I wanted to know if you guys were comfortable, since it is on the agenda for today, and we do have a quorum, if you are comfortable with hearing maybe a few minutes of a speech of that particular candidate, and then voting on that today for a vice chairman, or if you would prefer, if more commissioners were present and could hear that speech, and then we could vote on it at the next meeting. I wanted to know just all of your feelings.
Mr. Chair.
Sure.
Another thing that people do very often do at meetings is they'll open up nominations in case there's somebody that's been overlooked that may want to do it, that hasn't expressed an interest?
Yeah, I have opened it up a couple of times at some different meetings for some other nominations, but I can do that again, just to make sure that no one is overlooked if you'd like. So
That's what we normally do at most of the meetings I'm in, so.
absolutely. So, so what I can do is, thank you, Larry, is I will open it up to anyone else who feels that they would want to be vice chairman, if there are any other nominations, just so that we do not overlook anyone for this particular position. And if you are interested, please speak now. That would be great. All right. Well, it doesn't seem that we have any other candidates for vice chairman. And of course, we do have Commissioner Keeler as the main candidate for vice chairman. So, you know, I am comfortable with this nomination. I think, Larry, you bring a lot of enthusiasm to the Commission on Disability Issues. You've been on the commission for quite some time, and you know, you're very passionate, and you also have a lot to give the city of Ann Arbor. So, you know, I wanted to do you mind just saying a few words as to why you would be a good, solid choice for vice chairman?
Well, I would make a good choice because I think that one, my main purpose would be to back you up and learn all the things you do and help you out so that, you know, I'm there when you need meetings filled out. I can run a meeting pretty good. I sound kind of strange, but I run it pretty well. I think I know the commission since I've been on there since 2011. And I think I know the workings of how that's supposed to work, and I'd like to make sure that the commission keeps running smoothly.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, so I wanted to open it up to the commission to vote on this. I mean, does anybody have any objections on this, or, you know, are all of you comfortable on voting at this time? I think, you know, I think we've got enough people here where we're able to vote on this. And, you know, I think that it's a role that needs to be filled, and I think it's important. So, you know, at this point, I think I would have no problem if we were to vote on Larry filling the role of vice chairman. And if there are any objections, I just want to give a couple of minutes. If there are any objections, please speak up now. Otherwise, I'd like to move forward and do a vote.
Excuse me, Chair, you have to make a motion?
Yes.
Okay.
So I make a motion.
Nominate.
Yes.
Someone has to move other than the chair usually.
Correct.
Right.
And so I could do that, actually. I could move that we close nominations and that we vote on a vice chair. Excuse me.
Yeah, I mean, that I think that's fine. I'd like to make a motion for that, and Larry, you move for us to close nominations and vote. So, okay.
Please.
So
Second?
okay.
Do we have a second? Okay.
Do we have a second?
Yes. Commissioner Mozart?
Kathleen.
Okay. We have a second, and Commissioner Mozak. So, okay, so this is the vote. So all in favor of electing Commissioner Keeler as vice chairman, if you can, raise your right hand and unmute and say aye.
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 All right. Well, Larry, congratulations. And I look forward to working with you and meeting with you prior to meetings to get everything set. And thank you, Larry, for being willing and open to take this position.
Sure, I've got your phone number and your Facebook too.
Absolutely. I can give you.
We get together by phone and
Yeah, absolutely. I can give you my phone number. And as far as Facebook, I'm not on there very much, but we can figure
no,
that
I
out.
think I have your phone number actually. That's what
Okay,
I was stating, that I have your phone number so we can get together.
got it. All right, no problem. All right, folks, let's see. So now, excuse me, moving forward. So yeah, we talked already about the new transportation commissioner. So again, Tim, once you find out information, just please let us know about that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely not sure they're gonna I don't think they'll let someone just serve without us doing something. I don't know if we need to vote or something to like let her, like, I don't know that it would be easy to do an alternate or anything, but in any case, Commissioner Button could just watch the meeting on YouTube or whatever.
Okay.
And that might be useful even if I participate on in the December meeting.
Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, I think either or. I mean, once you find out specifically, again, just keep myself and Commissioner Button informed, and then we'll keep things moving on that. Okay.
Okay.
Well, to be safe, we could vote. We could vote her as an alternate just in case. I mean, it would just be a formal thing. We could just vote her as an alternate for that month. I could, for instance, make a motion that says, in the absence of Commissioner Hall, Commissioner Button has the ability to set in.
Okay.
And
So
I don't know if that would do any good with it, but it would be better than nothing.
right. I do. Well, I just want to make sure that I'm not putting too much on you at this point, Commissioner Button, because I know you said you're trying to just transition in pretty slowly. So I didn't want to just put that load on your shoulders all at once.
Well, and I believe we should probably find out what the Transportation Commission feels is
Yeah.
that, before
mean,
we
one
take any
possibility-
formal action.
One possibility is you could vote on something next time, but which happens before the Transportation Commission, though it wouldn't be enough time for them to send them the agenda unless we maybe we could handle something, though you would definitely be able to vote on something before the next meeting.
Got it.
And then but Commissioner Button can also attend as a public attendee, correct?
Yeah.
And so there would be nothing that says that she couldn't report to us.
Yeah.
If she chose. Well, we could leave it like that then.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
What
for
I'm
right.
saying is you could
Yeah.
actually, if you had to take a vote, you could take a vote in the next meeting.
Yeah, we could. You're right. You're right, because that meeting's after that. The only reason I'm not going to try to do it is because I don't want to have 3 meetings from 1 right on to 9 at night. I'd like to eat. I have 2 meetings. I have one at 1:30 and then one at 4. Then if I put one at 7, I probably wouldn't be able to do a whole lot of nothing on Wednesday.
So thank you, folks and gentlemen, for that information. What I'd like to do then is, for the time being, just revisit this at the next meeting. If we do want to vote on this, we can. And, you know, in the meantime, again, I'm with Commissioner Mozak. Let's find out what these specifics are from the Transportation Commission, and then go forward. At least we know, Commissioner Button, that if you want, you can also attend that just as, you know, a regular attendee, and then also be able to report in the event that Tim is not present.
Sure. Can somebody email me that link, I guess, or, where I need to go join as a public member?
I think it's just on Legistar or whatever that I gave you like the link to the agenda and stuff like that. I think it's on there.
Just
And you
follow
could
that.
You could
Okay.
even check it out tonight to watch the meeting. Like that's actually also a
What time is it
possibility.
at tonight?
7 o'clock. It's always at 7 o'clock.
Okay. I might be able to catch a little bit of it. And when's the next one? Then
It's like December 16th or whenever, the same day that the next meeting of this commission is, but
Right.
it's 7
It's the
o'clock.
but at 7
16th.
o'clock. Okay, got it.
Yeah, they're always on the same dates as our meetings, just at 7.
Okay.
Yep. Thank you. All right. Next, we have Zoom accessibility. We did talk about that briefly before, so we're good on that. Moving down to new business on the agenda, we have bike traffic listed. And Denise, do you mind, could you elaborate a bit on that?
Sure. 1 second. At our last meeting, Commissioner Hall had mentioned about bike traffic, bicycle transportation, AAATA line buses, hard to drop off close to buildings, and maybe up for discussion this month, or maybe a possibility of Partners in Access taking a look at it as well.
Yeah, I mean, my feeling is on this, folks, and chime in, please, is, I think that the bike traffic, it would be, a good thing for the Partners and Access Committee to follow up on. But that's just me. Does anyone else have any feelings on this?
What do you think, Alex?
Yeah, we can follow up on and talk about that at our next meeting.
I have a lot of links for at least one side of it. I have a
Okay.
lot of people from one side of it, especially from the AAATA and the ride parts, because it has to be addressed, that there has to be a balance between how the bike traffic goes and how A-Ride and AATA are able to work together. I'm not saying that either group is doing anything wrong, but I am saying that it needs to be worked out so both of them can get along a lot smoother. And if we can figure out a way to propose, that would be nice, to even put a resolution to City Hall, maybe. City Council.
And you guys would draft that resolution?
Sure.
I would be willing to.
Okay. So then with that, Denise, if we can make a note that the Partners in Access Committee will investigate into this issue, and then work on, once they've met and deliberated, they're going to work on drafting a resolution if they come up with any for this particular bike traffic.
Okay, resolution for city council.
Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
thank you. And thank you, Alex and Larry, for being willing to take a look at that. Next, we have announcements. Do we have any announcements? Oh, you know what? I do. I have a huge announcement for us, you guys. And I wanted to save the best for last because it's important. But our newly elected vice chairman, it is his birthday today, you guys. And I'm kind of bummed though,
birthday.
since it's not in person. I mean, there's no cup. We couldn't do anything. So I'm bummed about that. But I wanted to say happy birthday to Larry Keeler. And Larry, may all of the good things that you're working towards, not just with us here on Kodai, but just in general, may they come true for you. And may you stay safe, but also have a wonderful birthday today.
That's why I was chuckling with the announcement, with the book announcement, the first ones that Katie had with the drinking, all the alcohol stuff, and then she got to the thing about being old. That's why I was chuckling earlier. Taylor, just for me. And thank you guys.
Well, Larry,
Birthday, Larry.
Enjoy it. Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Yeah. Well, and I just want to say, Larry, I really appreciate your energy. I really appreciate the great sense of humor that you bring to the commission. You keep us all very lighthearted, and it is a gift. So thank you. Happy birthday.
Well, thank you, and I'm looking forward to working with you a little more closely, Zach.
Absolutely. With
Commissioner
that,
Denton? Oh, I'm sorry. Commissioner Button has her hand up.
oh, sure, go ahead.
Okay, there we go. So I don't know if this is time to bring it up or not, but I had a question I wanted to, or a thought too, I wanted to pose. I know it's been kind of thrown around before that, you know, the city doesn't have a dedicated ADA commissioner, right? So I was wondering, you know, since I was reading about how the city council recently approved like a new chief diversity officer, something like that for the city, passed and allocated funds and all that. And I believe they're still in the search for somebody. I wonder if, you know, adding some information to the job description, like who they're looking for, if we included information like, you know, we want this to have education or knowledge or advocacy work with specifically the disability community, just to make sure we're included in there. I mean, I think really, I don't know where have you, I know I'm new here. I don't know where you guys have ever how far you've ever gotten to getting like an ADA coordinator. I don't know if this would be a good compromise or a step in the right direction. I'm very interested to hear your thoughts though.
Well, I think, go ahead, Larry.
I just said, Commissioner Button, you've missed. We've been trying to get a full ADA coordinator, and we've been trying to bother them about getting meetings with them. And I think you're right. I think we ought to take this up further, because I'd like to get somebody who we can connect with a little more strongly through the city. And I'd still like to know who that is.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, we have been working on that, so we'll continue to do so.
Yeah, and just to piggyback off of what Commissioner Keeler was saying, Kinsey, you know, I think you bring up a great point. We do have a position of a city ADA coordinator. However, that position is now occupied, I believe, by Jackie Beaudry, who's the city clerk. I wasn't really clear as to why that was, but we do have one, and the position is handled by the city clerk. I just don't, I know basically that what they're doing for us is that any ADA complaints that they get, they basically let us know of, you know, kind of a report. But they tend to say that they don't necessarily get many complaints that that are going to kind of make it back to us, because typically what happens if they have a complaint within the city, that tends to get distributed to the branch that can deal with that. Like if it's a legal issue, for example, they would send it to like the legal department. If it's a roads problem, they would send it to the roads the roads department or something like that. So what they're planning on doing, though, when I last spoke with John Fournier and Jackie, is that they will give us a report of any ADA complaints that are submitted. But typically, if there is a specific problem with something in the city, like, again, access to a building or a road, they will then pass that on to the appropriate party in the city to get that handled, if that makes sense.
Okay. How do you feel about that? Do you think that's been a good working relationship between us and them, or would you like to see more involvements? I know it seems to be only like complaint oriented when we get information, but you know, what about like the flip side? What about if we're just trying to, I don't know, new initiatives or just make things better? I'm interested to hear your feedback on that too.
Absolutely. I mean, I am definitely all for being more involved within that process, and really having the city ADA coordinator position be present in terms of, you know, our agendas, our meetings, giving us more I would say, stable feedback in terms of, having that open bridge and that open communication. I mean, I understand, I don't want to speak for everyone, but I understand the city's approach, but I don't necessarily think that that's the only approach that they need to take.
If I could step in, I just want to remind everyone that Commissioner Solomon has had a very strong stance on this for at least the last year. It's been a question that he's brought up many times, and I agree wholeheartedly with Commissioner Button and Commissioner Solomon and everyone else that the city needs to take a stronger and have a more visible presence. They have an LGBTQ, I don't remember the name.
Liaison.
Liaison, and I do believe that it's time for our city to have someone who, I'm not saying that Jackie Boudreau is not doing a good job. I'm just saying that as a city clerk, her plate is more like a platter, and how much time can she honestly devote to disability? Also, I think that the amount of complaints may be light because honestly, maybe the people in the disability community or people who have complaints don't know who to talk to. And I know that historically, people who are marginalized don't always speak up if there is not a direct route to do so. And I do believe that it's time to make our city more accessible, more welcoming, and that it can be done with a position that is dedicated solely towards diversity, equity, and inclusion, especially in disability matters.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Deb. Do you have a comment?
I was just agreeing with her with that fact that we probably need someone to stand in more visibly.
Sure. And the question that I have too, because Commissioner Button, you brought up this new diversity officer position that was recently appointed. So my question is, what is then the difference between diversity and then, city ADA? And I mean, do we need to include both of them? I mean, why are things becoming fragmented in many ways, it seems? Just from an outsider looking in, that seems very fragmented. I mean, you think that the city ADA coordinator would also cover a little bit of diversity and vice versa with the diversity officer. And then there's also the LGBTQ liaison now. So, there's a lot of factions here. And I guess my question is, what are the best ones to include? I agree with all of you. I think that the city ADA coordinator needs to be a constant presence with CODI, but I also believe that maybe this diversity officer as well. And that's the first I've heard of the diversity position. So do you know
share
more?
the article I just read with you guys? It was, I don't know, maybe about a month or so ago. Also, another idea that I had was, if we do feel like we need a complete and total dedicated resource, maybe now is an opportune time to propose that, because with hiring this diversity officer, an ADA coordinator could fit under them, presumably. And, I think a lot of people like a diversity officer would come in and want to hire their own ADA coordinators. So we could position it as something like that too, but it just, got me thinking.
No, absolutely. I mean, these are great points to bring up. And, I'd like to have this on the agenda for next month, and hopefully Commissioner Solomon and other commissioners can join us. And I'd like us all to be able to give our feedback on this, because I think this is important. So thank you, Commissioner Button, for bringing this up. With that, I want to offer just a quick moment if anybody has any other points on this that they really want to make, or what we can do is we can discuss this particular point more in depth next month at the meeting, and hopefully all of us can have an opportunity to speak about this so that we can formulate a plan of action in terms of who to go to figure out, who can be present and who can be that bridge for us, right? In terms of knowing immediate ADA issues, or knowing immediate, other issues concerning diversity that we could also be involved in. I think Commission on Disability Issues, I think disability and diversity do go hand in hand. I don't think they're necessarily different factions in many ways. I think so. So there's a lot of things there, you guys, and I hope that I can give everyone adequate time to speak on this. I'd like to give you guys some time to think about this. And if Kinsey or any other commissioners, if you guys have points that you want to be able to have me specifically mention to others, like after we talk about this, please let me know and I can bring that up to Jackie and I can bring that up to John, or we can have them present again and we can ask more questions. Totally up to you guys. So, okay, because I just want to be fair and give everyone an opportunity to use their voice, okay? All right. With that, you guys, is there anything else that we have before we adjourn? All right. Well, with that, it is now 5:12, and I'd like to adjourn this meeting. And I'd like to thank everyone again for their attendance. I want to thank all of you for your commitment and your time, because that is important and it is very appreciated. So sending you all good vibes. I hope that you guys continue to have a great, productive week, and we'll see you again soon.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Happy
Thank you.
Thanksgiving.
Thank
Happy
And
Thanksgiving.
thank you also to the Community Television Network for all their work as well. Thank you.
And see you next
Thank you.
month.